There have been so many miracles today leading up to this. I would like to see if we could do one more. If you have your cell phone, if you would text SOWF to 85944, this may be the largest single crowd ever to be able to do this. If you text right now, SOWF 85944 on your cell phone, it will make a donation automatically of $10 to the Special Operations Warrior Foundation. There are 500 families of Special Forces, men and women that have died in our name. Let's take care of their children, and let's do it right now. SOWF 85944. This week, I have been going to Mount Vernon. I went to the National Archives and I held the first inaugural address written in his own hand by George Washington. I went to the National Cathedral, which is incredible, an incredible space. In two little alcoves, just as you come in the door of the National Cathedral, there's a statue of George Washington on this side and a statue of Abraham Lincoln on this side. What most people don't know if they see those statues is that if you stand in just the right place at the right time of day, because of the stained glass windows, patterns start to appear on the chest of these great men. And just at the right time of day, right here, both men start to glow red. The reason why they glow red is because the designers knew what made their chest glow red. In a small little window high up above them that most people don't see, on each side is a stained glass window of Martha and Mary, their wives. And when the sun hits them just right, it makes their chest glow red. The secret of being able to stand the test of time is being able to have God and a good spouse by your side. Family is the secret. When I knew we wanted to honor our military, I didn't want to have a military person. I didn't want to have a member of Congress or someone running for anything. I wanted to have a dad or a mom. And that's why I picked up the phone and I called a mom. And she's speaking to you today as a mother of someone in the military. Ladies and gentlemen, Sarah Palin.
What an honor. We stand today at the symbolic crossroads of our nation's history. And all around us are monuments to those who have sustained us over the years in word or deed. There in the distance stands the monument to the father of our country. And behind me, the towering presence of the great emancipator. He secured our union at the moment of its most perilous time and freed those whose captivity was our greatest shame. And over these grounds where we are so honored to stand today, we feel the spirit of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. on this very day, 77 years ago, gave voice to a dream that would challenge us to honor the sacred charters of our liberty, that all men are created equal. Now, in honoring these giants who were linked by a solid rock foundation of faith in the one true God of justice, in honoring them, we must not forget the ordinary men and women on whose shoulders they stood. The ordinary called for extraordinary bravery. I am speaking, of course, of America's finest, our men and women in uniform, a force for good in this country, and that is nothing to apologize for. Abraham Lincoln once spoke of the mystic cords of memory stretching from every battlefield and patriot grave to every living heart and hearthstone all over this broad land. And for over 200 years, those mystic cords have bound us in gratitude to those who are willing to sacrifice, to restrain evil, to protect God-given liberty, to sacrifice all in defense of our country. They fought for its freedom at Bunker Hill. They fought for its survival at Gettysburg, and for the ideals on which it stands, liberty and justice for all, on 1,000 battlefields far from home. It is so humbling to get to be here with you today, patriots. You who are motivated and engaged and concerned, knowing to never retreat. I must assume that you too, knowing that no, we must not fundamentally transform America as some would want. We must restore America and restore her honor. Now, I've been asked to speak today not as a politician. No, something more, something much more. I've been asked to speak as the mother of a soldier, and I am proud of that distinction. You know, say what you want to say about me, but I raised a combat vet, and you can't take that away from me. Distinction, but it is not one that I had imagined, because no woman gives birth thinking that she will hand over her child to her country, but that's what mothers have done from ancient days. In cities and towns across our country, you'll find monuments to brave Americans wearing the uniforms of wars from long ago, and look down at their inscriptions. You'll see that they were so often dedicated by mothers. Today, we honor those in those distant lands across this globe where you'll find silent fields of white markers with the names of Americans who never came home, but who showed their dedication to their country by where they died. We honor those who served something greater than self and made the ultimate sacrifice, as well as those who served and did come home forever changed by the battlefield. Though this rally is about restoring honor for these men and women, honor was never lost. If you look for the virtues that have sustained our country, you will find them in those who wear the uniform, who take the oath, who pay the price for our freedom. And I'd like to tell you 3 stories of such Americans, 3 patriots who stand with us today. First is a man named Marcus Luttrell. His story is one of raw courage in the face of overwhelming odds. It's also a story of America's enduring quest for justice. Remember, we went to Afghanistan seeking justice for those who were killed without mercy by evil men on September 11th. And one fateful day in Afghanistan on a mountain ridge, Marcus and 3 of his fellow Navy SEALs confronted the issue of justice and mercy in a decision that would forever change their lives. They were on a mission to hunt down a high-level Taliban leader, but they were faced with a terrible dilemma when some men, herding goats, stumbled upon their position, and they couldn't tell if these men were friend or foe. So the question was, what to do with them? Should they kill them, or should they let them go, perhaps risking, though, or compromising their mission? They took a vote. They chose mercy over self-preservation. They set their prisoners free. The vote said it was a humane thing to do. It was the American thing to do, but it sealed their fate. Because within hours, over 100 Taliban forces arrived on the scene. They battled the 4 Navy SEALs throughout the surrounding hills. A rescue helicopter came, but it was shot down. By the time the sun set on June 28, 2005, it was one of the bloodiest days for American forces in Afghanistan. 19 brave, honorable men were lost that day. Marcus was the sole survivor, alone, stranded, badly wounded. He limped and crawled for miles along that mountainside. What happened next is a testament to the words, "Blessed are the merciful, for they shall be shown mercy." Marcus and his team showed mercy in letting their prisoners free, and later he was shown mercy by Afghan villagers who honored an ancient custom of providing hospitality to any stranger who would ask for it. They took him in, they cared for him, refused to hand him over to the Taliban. They got him back safely to our forces. Marcus's story teaches us that even on the worst battlefield, against the most brutal enemy, we adhere to our principles. This American love of justice and mercy is what makes us a force for good in this world. Marcus is a testament to that. Please join me in honoring U.S. Navy SEAL Petty Officer Retired Marcus Luttrell.